We're live.
Hi,
What's
everybody. Thank you for coming. Sorry,
yeah?
I'm still looking at comments. So, I don't know,
We're
some of
live.
you probably just
Times
came
from
in
laptop 0
um,
AM.
and wasn't able to see what I typed in chat, but our special guest had a little family emergency that he had to tend to, so he had to get his kids. And I mean, they're like a baby and a 1-year old. Kind of hard to maintain telling a story and focus on your kids. So I told him
Mm-hmm.
anytime, he was pretty disappointed because he'd hyped himself up to come on today. He's never told it live, so he was pretty amped up. But told him
Yeah.
no big deal. We can, you know, absolutely do an extra stream, or he can come on next week, and then we will post the link for the catch that Jay did, so that way you guys can link the two and see, what family member he's talking about. So hopefully that will help. Um, I actually had to ask. I'm like, I don't remember which one that was, Jay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I felt so bad. I'm like, God, there's so many all the time, and it's try
Yeah.
to keep up with everybody's catches.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I meant to shave last night too, and I didn't. Man, I hope I don't look too scuffed up for this
I
today.
was gonna say I didn't.
Hmm.
I can't even say honestly. Notice don't look bad to me. So
Hmm. I'm just saying, I've been a little disheveled this past week. So,
yeah.
um, you know, and
Oh, I'm always here, dude.
yeah, yeah. Well, shit. I know. Um. But it is what it is. Life goes on day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute. So I hope everybody's well today. Um, yeah, we had a guest that rescheduled, and also I want to say this that Jules can send somebody if they don't want to come up here live. Jules can send somebody a private link and do a private live stream with you.
Or vice
And
versa.
yeah, and record it. Just like we are now. It would be the two of you. Um, and she could set it to private, do and record it with you, and then we could screen share it here on our Wednesday episode for anybody who may
Right.
be uncomfortable with coming up or this doesn't suit their schedule. So I just wanted to throw that out there as well, so
Yeah, and
that.
I'm still looking up. I got quite a bit of information to post on the community page.
Hmm. Hmm.
So some of it's like some like new updated stuff. So I figured, whatever I can get would be awesome, you know. Just like phone numbers, websites, like bits of information that each site has so people will have a better, idea of which site they're probably better to go on kind of thing.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Good morning, Kian and beautiful.
And what I was thinking, what I'm going to talk to Jules about too, is like the weeks we don't have a guest. Obviously, we try to catch, keep the topic related to, the community we're in. So it can involve anything from, recovery from, both ends, either, sexual abuse, physical abuse, addiction, or something to do with, pred catching too.
Yeah. Yep.
Like I was looking up different like age of consent and every state um, and other countries. Fun fact for you: our forefathers were very perverted. Back in
Really?
1880. Guess what the age of consent was back in
Oh God.
1880?
I'm afraid to guess, to be honest.
Well,
Dare I say 14?
no, 7 years old.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I got it saved on my phone. Yeah,
What the
7 years
crap?
old. Yeah, let me pull this up here. Um,
Whew.
in the
Man,
year
like that's
18. Isn't that crazy?
that's a lot to take in, to be quite honest with you. That's nuts. Why would
It blew
anybody
me
think a
away too.
7-year-old could like what?
In 1880, the age of consent was set at 10 or 12 in most states, with the exception of, I'm sorry, my bad.
No, you're good.
Recant that. I
Oh,
misspoke. Delaware, Delaware, my bad, y'all. But it was 10 or 12, most states. Delaware was 7 years old. Okay, so
Wow.
let me recant some of what I just said. I apologize. Um, the age of consent were raised across the U.S. during the late 19th century and the early 20th century. So, in 1880, most states it was 10 or 12, and with the exception of Delaware, where it was seven. Yeah.
What?
Um, but that's still
Oh my,
crazy, you know.
that is so disgusting. Like
I
to
couldn't
just
believe it.
like I don't know what made them think that seven was like, oh, let's set the age limit of consent to seven. Like a 7-year-old is fucking can barely get themselves like situated for school in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how are you gonna say that a 7-year-old can Wow, that's insane.
It's absolutely crazy, you know. Because I've been delving deep into that stuff the past basically the past week, but mainly the past few days, and I'm breaking down each state also. So
Yep.
that's another thing I'm thinking about touching on while we speak. So we have um, good stuff to talk about. Even
Yeah.
though it was back then, it's always nice to learn new
It
and different
is, because
things.
I mean, you never know, and just thinking about like what it was then compared to what it is now, you know, um, and to imagine like how much more steps we have, like how much
Yeah.
further we have to go, to make
Mm-hmm.
it to
Mm-hmm.
where it's actually appropriate, you know?
Absolutely. To see
Oh,
where we were and where we're going. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like it's a big eye opener for
it really is. I'm still
you know.
shocked. I'm like,
Mm,
damn, okay. Huh. I can't
yeah.
even believe that. Like to just, I mean, and you think too, there had to have been a great amount of sickos back then that it was set at seven at that point. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. And
it
I think
wasn't
in
like one
Japan
person.
it was seven too. I'm just now really
Mm.
starting to dig into all this, but when I start writing it down and next week I'll have a very good list of stuff for everybody. Well, we might have our guest next week, so maybe I'll cancel that, but we'll get to it.
Yeah,
So we're gonna do
we'll touch
great things.
base like
So
twice and figure it out, and then we'll just post it on the community page so people will know
yeah.
as we go. I'm
Mm-hmm.
actually looking in my library on my backup phone because I had saved a couple of videos and I was like
Mm-hmm.
just shocked at some of them, but some of them are like, they're it's good to know type of things like, about trafficking and,
Mm-hmm.
safety things. It was just some of it just shocked me. So I literally saved an entire thing and like under, your playlist or whatever you call it. Sorry, I'm still learning YouTube. But I think it's like under your playlist, but I created like an album. Oh, playlist, it is playlist. I created one for PP Mass Extra content, like, things that like are relevant to this stream type of thing. So but there was so many things. I was shocked searching that I was able to find some of the stuff I was able to find,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah, and in Japan, I think it was seven that I had read, but I'm gonna get this stuff broken down. Um, and sorry, Jules, I always cover
No,
your
you're
face
fine.
with the comments. You just sit very low as it
I
is,
was
and
gonna say, yeah, and I was looking at my backup phone trying to I don't even know a way to hold it, but like some of the videos, like there's one a psychologist discusses pedophilia. Um let's see, the serial pedophile. Like what?
hmm yeah, yep. Let me welcome names that we haven't seen. Bushwookie,
I
he's a part of Brand CC in
oh,
Connecticut in Canada that does the collabs with RDW
thanks for coming,
sometimes too.
Bushwookie.
And then we have Legal Stoner Mom. Um, welcome.
PNN, I'm never gonna get rid of him either.
What?
Because she said, yes, I want to give a huge shout out to Variety, who has has helped more. Look, you taking it down too. You're like, no, 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 it's about me. I don't want to post it.
No, no, I'm just scrolling and my finger
Oh,
tapped shit by accident. Yeah, I didn't mean to
he's
do
like, no
nothing.
spotlight, guys. Just no, no, no.
No. What comment was
Um,
it? I missed it.
but yeah, she said, who has helped more than we could have imagined with PNN, never getting rid of him. So I said, me neither.
Right on. I appreciate the love. Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you. Obviously, like I said, people have seen less of me, but I'm still there. I'm still there in spirit, and I'm here every Wednesday because a lot of people ask me why I haven't gone live on my channel. Um, and
We just
there's a
love
lot
to
of
see your
things.
face.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things going on in my head, but the issue is like here.
Hmm.
I made a commitment to you,
Right.
and to this. So I'm going to
Hmm.
be here every Wednesday, no matter what, till the wheels fall off of this thing.
Yep.
Um, but going live on my channel, I can control that and say, I don't want to do it right now. I'm not
Right.
ready, you know?
But is that like better for you, like that you have the commitment? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
clearly, if you
absolutely.
needed the breather, you didn't don't have to come on one week. But for me, I know like I'm like that. If I say I'm gonna do something, even if I don't want to do it
Yeah,
at that
yeah,
on that day, I'm gonna do it.
yeah.
You
No,
know?
I'm here no matter what.
Yeah.
That's yeah, absolutely. So,
I appreciate you.
yeah, same here, likewise, it's good to speak on things. It's just going
Hmm.
on my channel. It's a little bit different, but I will very soon because we got basketball playoffs starting. We have baseball starting
Finally.
soon. So yeah, I'm just not ready to do it yet over there.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep. Well, you
but
can
we're all
always
good.
chat about it a little in here too. Like I said, I'll start
Hmm.
learning stuff so I can actually hold a sports conversation.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm the same way. I have real bad days. Yeah. Yep. It's like I feel like when it comes to commitment and stuff, especially for people who like are prone to, kind of being like, just not having so much as with the follow through.
Hmm.
Like you're
Hmm.
like, oh man, like I made these plans weeks ago, but I don't really want to get up and do anything. So I'm gonna cancel. It's like you
Yeah.
get in the habit of it so often. It's like you end up burying yourself, you know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I literally had to make a promise to myself when I got into my recovery that no matter what, if I say I'm gonna commit to it or I promise I'm gonna be there, like I don't care if I'm dragging ass and in sweatpants, I'm coming. I will
Mm-hmm.
be there, you know.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Decoy, to answer that question, where the hell did it go?
Right there.
I mean, I've had my share of nonsense in life, but I mean, you never know what tomorrow could bring. Tomorrow may never come. You know what I'm saying? So I've just learned to just fall back and just let everything flow. You know what I'm saying? Just
Right.
you know, be cool. You're cool with me. I'm cool with you. You act funny. I'm gonna
Mm.
act funny, but then I'm gonna distance myself.
Yep.
And that's basically
Smarter,
yeah, that's
you know.
basically how I roll. I mean,
Then you stay out of your head so much more too. You know what I'm saying? Like things aren't
absolutely.
bothering you as much.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
had to start getting back into the habit of that too because I take on so much weight of other people's, like people that I genuinely care about. And I'm like, I don't mind if people vent to me, not at all. I welcome it. But
Mm-hmm.
when it's like a situation that it's like, oh, help me fix, this problem or, this is bothering me. And I see, my friends struggling over it. It's like, I literally am like, want to do whatever I can to help you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, So I just have to like go get myself back into the habit of kind of like letting it fall off, limiting myself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a good catch. I was watching it yesterday. That was very good. That guy was nasty too. He looked like freaking Joe Dirt over there. That guy
Yeah.
was something else. And his brother. At first, I thought the brother was him. Because I had seen the thumbnails going
Hmm.
around before it was released because she made the post. I had to take it down as per the
Right.
police, but it's good. I see everything, but
Yeah.
um, that guy was just disgusting. She's like, "You're full of dirt. What do you mean you shower every day?"
I
And
was
I'm just like,
dying. I'm like, you did. I was like, okay, Tico.
that guy was a dirty freaking bastard.
I was
Oh
loving
man.
that.
Hmm.
I thought
Yep.
that was so freaking hilarious. I'm like, hell yes. I was like, tell tell him about himself, girl, because it looks like nobody else has. Like, oh
Oh
my
yeah.
God.
You could throw that dude in a pool and he would still smell when he got out.
Yeah.
Oh
Yep.
my God.
It's like, and then on top of it, you literally thought you were gonna impress somebody, let alone a child. Like,
Mm.
come on,
That's
bro.
what exactly. It's mind-boggling what like you actually think a kid. I don't get it. I
No,
really don't.
not at
Some
all.
minds are just like nuts.
Yeah. It's like
Absolutely
those are
nuts.
some zones that are meant to not be in, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, that was such a good catch. She did so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, Smashley. Thank you for coming, honey. I was typing it on my other phone, but I was trying to pay attention to the stream too while I was trying to type to you in chat.
Yeah. I'm always watching Smashley's streams. I'm not well at Survivor Stories, but even like the decoy calls, a lot of that stuff I can't listen to.
Yeah.
Being a two-time survivor myself, but I always go hit the like button, what I'm saying, show my support. So even if you
Mhm.
don't see me typing, I'm there, you know.
Right.
Um, so
Well, that's what I do is like I'm so busy with the kids all the time, like cooking, cleaning, whatever.
hmm
If I don't have time to sit and watch it right then, I will always make sure I pop in, leave my like. I'll try to comment, even if it's under the video or whatever. But I don't always get the chance to comment either. But I make sure I watch because, it's like I want everybody to be able to be supported. You know what I mean? And I
mm-hmm.
appreciate everybody in this community. Like there's so many different angles in this community that, you know what I mean? It's amazing. So I feel like all the support they can get, is helpful, and they deserve every single minute of it, especially the decoy.
hmm
I have done some decoying myself and I know what has to be put into that. And so I try to listen regardless. And
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, survivor stories are, but without you guys doing the decoying and the catches, getting obviously I do my stuff behind the scenes. There's a lot that I do that I don't want credit for and I don't put it out there.
Mhm.
But I do quite a bit on my own.
Right.
Obviously I've been speaking on that a little bit lately, and I got a partner with me that's working with me, but with you know, and he's the decoys, male decoy. I'm not going to name who it is, but they've outed themselves kind of already. But
Right.
hopefully Thursday they will be caught in North Carolina. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, hmm and
Oh,
we
what
got
is that?
another one that might go Courtney's way if this guy latches on enough. But yeah, I know a lot of the Wisconsin Preds are flaky, but hopefully this one latches on. And then they're mostly a lot out west, though. The ones that I do are out west, not the East Coast. But I've been
Right.
focusing more on the East Coast. You know,
Gotcha.
but what
Yep.
like I was going with that because I was speaking to T and her comment. without you guys and the catchers out there catching, that's going to prevent the survivors from having to put a story up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So,
Yep. They're the
it
main
all,
piece in this.
yeah, yeah,
That's what I always say. I'm like, the decoys are literally the foundation,
mm,
like,
absolutely,
so it is
absolutely,
seriously a blessing, and we have some seriously amazing decoys, so
yeah. hmm So that's
so,
another reason why my head's not right a lot of times as well,
mhm.
because all decoys know that it messes your head up at times.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I take a
you know,
lot of, I take breaks pretty often too. Like if I'm, decoying and talking to someone, I'll literally wait, obviously. But it's like when I take my breather, depending on how bad it is, and I just, like I'll back off for like a week. I won't,
hmm
I'll just pop
hmm
in, leave my like, and just won't listen until I think I can handle it. Or if it's the day before I go to therapy, you
hmm
know. Um,
Absolutely.
but some of them are a lot harder to hear, some of them, I mean, they're all disgusting, right? They're all meeting kids, so it's regardless, it's disgusting. It's not okay. But
Mm,
there are some that just, they basically eat at your soul, and especially as a survivor, it's like a lot. So I'm glad like they do, trigger warnings and stuff like that, for even for new people coming in and don't really understand what goes into the decoying, and they're like shocked. They're like, what are they doing on like this is what has to happen. Like, I mean,
hmm
these decoys are truly amazing, putting up with what they put up with.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let's
So let
see.
me scroll back to my notes where I was on the ages thing because it was kind of interesting, but I don't know if I saved the full context of it. But I'm gonna write a lot out this coming week because there's so much to write out. It's just interesting information about,
Mhm.
you know, each state for one. Let's concentrate first on the states here. I know we do have a lot of Canadian friends, in Canada as well, but
Yeah.
um, you know, but that's crazy though. 7 years old, and I could have swore I read it in Japan. Um, to this day, it's a very young age as well. I know PNN had put up the comment also. It's just like how can you allow that? Like,
Right.
uh, even if you're a communist country or not,
Right.
um,
It's like, how do you not think it's disgusting?
it's just crazy.
Mm. Penny, just to touch on your comment, so even though you share the stream, like you can always send in an audio. You don't have to put your name, you know what I mean? Like, no camera, it doesn't have to be live, you know what I mean? So even if you shared, and people you knew happened to pop in and see it, like, they don't know that it's you. We don't have to put your name up there. All that stuff it's done your way, whatever way is comfortable for um the person speaking. So I mean, if you ever decide to, just know you have options. Like, nobody ever wants you to get up here and feel uncomfortable, or, have you type out your story and feel awkward. As I mean, so many people have actually asked about just typing it out to me on Instagram and then having me read it from Instagram. And I'm like, yeah, I can take screenshots of it and just, write it out on a piece of paper so I don't have to keep clicking in and out of the stream. But, then I can just read it from there and don't have to specify a name or anything.
hmm
It's mostly to help towards healing. You know what I mean? It's a big step. It's huge for a survivor to be able to get their story out at all. Yeah, he did, Jay. he had a family emergency and had to take his kid. So I said that was fine. He can, either do an extra stream or just come on next week. But yeah, so Penny, I mean, there's a lot of options. You know, I mean, you can always message me or Variety, and we can always chat and figure something out if you ever felt like you wanted to share. That's not a problem.
Hmm. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
just I was running my laptop. I was going to see if his premiere was still in session. That was something with Ryan getting in the car
I
with
know.
that guy, you know. But let me put up this comment too, though, real quick about Decoy's experience here. That's I read it already, but that's something else. I bet that was very you know, crazy to witness. Absolutely, that's heavy right there. You
Yeah,
know.
exactly. Wow.
And the follow-up comment was, he pled guilty, but holy five details in his face. Oh my God. Yeah. It's it's crazy. It's crazy. We're all here for, one common goal. We all want, kids to be safe. And like I always said, I always say it's a double-edged sword because yes, technology has gotten better and made things easier, but it's also made things easier on that end for people to access children,
Absolutely.
so.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's what we were saying before is there's so many pros and cons to, you know, the advance in technology and stuff. It
Absolutely.
just it sucks. And Decoy, that is overwhelming. It's hard. Uh like when I, went with my cousin after our situation, um, having to sit in court so she could focus on me. Because I had to promise I would be there, even though I wasn't, telling my side. That was a lot. You know what I mean? It's hard to hear. You know, I obviously knew what she went through. I was literally right there. But to hear her speaking on it, like the words coming out of her mouth and like how she internalized it, um, as she got to a point where she didn't even want to shower. She was so afraid of attracting, any older men at all. I mean, it got bad. She didn't want to brush her hair. She got
Hmm.
really, really um just so depressed and so worried. So
Hmm. Hmm.
listening to it all was very overwhelming, and I wasn't really sure how to genuinely be there for her, because it was like I was busy trying to internalize mine, and the fact that it was, the both of us, had to deal with it together, you know what I mean? But it's hard, you watch them pray or, crying and saying, never mind, I don't want to do it anymore, the back and forth kind of thing, because it's the fear of having to go up there too, that's tough, having to face the person, who put you through a lifetime of hell.
Hmm.
Um, it's just so like it's so overwhelming.
Yeah,
It sucks.
absolutely. Absolutely. I was abused in the first time I was like 6 years old, you know. And there are, ones that are way younger, this or that, but at that age, my mind, wasn't anywhere near what it was the second time at 14. I think it was like,
Right.
yeah, it was like 13, 14. So, it's just, um, it's only somebody that's been abused can relate to somebody that's, been abused, same as
Right.
only somebody that's been an addict can relate to somebody who's been an addict, you know.
Yeah.
We can, give this person our thoughts and prayers and try to understand it, but you never fully can unless you were, and I hope you weren't one of me, that
Right.
had been, abused, because it's horrible.
Yeah. I mean, and that's another thing is we literally pray all the time that others don't have to, go through what we went through.
Hmm.
Um, But it's like a shitty reality that it just continues to happen more and more every day, you know? It's like
Hmm.
ridiculous. Kids younger than we were have had to put up with this, that have had to figure out, what just happened, you know? My daughter's stepdaughter, she's 3. Um, she's 4 now, but when she was 3, so last year, her mom like she has a brother or whatever. He would come over and hang out at her house and bring his friends and stuff. So this kid had been at her house with her brother like every day for the last year. And she's like, I thought I knew him, but he touched my kid and it was over her clothes. She's like, but still, I'm freaking the frig out. Um, and
Hmm.
her daughter didn't want to talk to anybody but my daughter. Like she was genuinely scared, and
Yeah.
she said that he told her, um, "That's what you have to do to be friends with somebody." And it's like the things that they say to these kids is like
Hmm.
it's insane,
It
you
really
know.
is.
But
Yep.
it's like, then she starts thinking in her head, this is what friends do. This is, how you be friends with somebody, So it's like still taking her a lot of therapy and stuff, but she's getting better with it, but she still asks often, like, did I make him do that? Like, I'm like, you're literally 4. You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean,
Hmm.
did you make him do that? Like, no.
Yeah.
You told him you didn't like it,
Mm-hmm.
that mommy says that's a no-no spot. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's just, and it's hard to speak to a kid that young and explain to them what they just went through, you know? So
Absolutely.
it's like when you say 7 used to be the, I'm like mind blown. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
You know?
Hmm.
It's just insane.
So our forefathers were basically perverts, you know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
um,
Sounds like it.
yeah.
You
And I
know?
wanted to go back to Tommy C's cat's comment, but that's what it's about, you know. I mean, I know, and I spoke to Jules about this, but a lot of people will take what they've gone through, they will take it to the grave with them. But
Right.
for a lot, it's good to get it out too, and platforms like this is what it's all about. So you know,
Mhm.
and no matter whose platform you go to, just get it out if it's gonna make you feel better and go
And
forward
it will.
with yourself.
Yep.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, even if you're just talking to, amongst friends, or people who've been through it, privately, but
Hmm.
don't hold it in. Don't stuff it. I mean, it causes a lot of extra problems just stuffing it. I know for me, I hadn't started feeling any better or like an actual human until I started opening up. Like I didn't even understand that's half of where my addiction was stemming from was, all my past traumas, I was just trying to not feel, it was the things that were going on with me physically that I was able to get pain medicine for and whatnot. It was like, oh, cool. This is my easy out kind of thing. Like it makes me feel good. I'm not
Yeah,
feeling sad or anything. It was like numbing everything. And it's the worst thing you can do to yourself, let yourself feel it. You need to process it,
yeah,
you know, to be able to get through it, to know that, figure out what way is best for you to be able to live with it.
yeah. Oh yeah, for years for me too. The drugs was a good way to numb it all, but it's best just to be clean and let your body actually feel things,
Yep.
because it does numb a lot of your senses, more senses than a lot of people know.
Right.
So that's a big one right there.
Yeah, it really is. And that's half why, like, a lot of people have, I've noticed it's people in recovery or active addiction even say it stems from past traumas, whether it's physical abuse, sexual abuse, verbal abuse. They're just trying to numb it, not have to deal with it. You know what I mean? But it's definitely not the way to do it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the hard road is the best road. you know.
Hmm.
So
Yep.
I was used to like I think it was my therapist I had, I think in my treatment program, the residential, but she used to say, nothing grows without water, so like let out the little bit of tears so you can, keep going. And she's like, you think about it honestly, like the path that is less taken, it's gonna be, a pain in the butt to get through. But
Hmm.
at the end, you put in that work to get there.
Hmm.
You did that. You didn't just take the easy way because it was a cleared path for you.
Yeah. Hmm.
So, and it's true. I mean, there is such a huge difference. You know, I would much rather know I put in the work, to get to where I am. And I might not have a lot, but I have a lot more than I did way back then when I was using and trying to hide my traumas and stuff. So
Hmm.
um it's just a better feeling, way better feeling.
Absolutely. You've heard me say it many times, but I'd rather be broke, and I'm just saying it like in general. I would rather be broke and happy and healthy than have money and be unhappy and unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? So, any day of the
Absolutely.
week, you know.
Right. And Emily, I am just already so proud of you. Whether you decide to share it or not, talking to people in private about it. Like I said, any way you can get it out, honey, just, so it doesn't fester, because I feel like you're getting to a growth point for you, and you're just, you're doing amazing, you
Mm.
really are. Um, Sorry, I'm trying to read her comment here. I think
Yeah,
I'm
me too. My
seeing
fingers slipping around like a
it.
fool, like it normally is.
I think I'm still coming.
What's up, John? How are you, bud? I just wanted to get that out there. Hope you're doing well. I liked your fishing video too, John. That was very tranquil. I love fishing, and that's living right there. Like you said in that video, man. Just get yourself to a nice quiet spot with a fishing pole if that's what you're into.
Mhm.
Um, and just enjoy the finer things in life. It's not all about glitz and glamour. It's about that peace and being, you know, just try to be happy. You know what I'm saying? Cut the nonsense out and just be happy and live.
Yep.
That's what it is. You know, 100%.
Honey, we was told that if we told anyone what happened, we would be the one that destroyed the family. So just
Hmm.
because. So I just was speaking about this to the guest that was going to come on today, Penny. But you know, to be honest, the whole thing about the family, like we went through it because it was a guy who was like my uncle. He wasn't blood related, but I'd known him my entire life. He always hung out with my uncle. I mean, considered him an uncle. So it did, I don't know, it definitely does, tear up families, causes arguments and whatnot. But the way I see it is if it's going to tear people apart and they claim they love you so much, like they're going to stand by you regardless. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? They're not going to allow it to get in the way or, I feel like stuff like that can completely be worked out and worked on if they care enough. And if they don't, then it's their loss, you know? Um, it's those are the times you need them to be there for you, you know? So, um, it's just, it's a messed up situation and it definitely sucks for sure, you know? Let's see, what did I miss?
Yeah, a lot of good comments today, but I'm just
I
trying to,
know.
trying to figure out which are good for the screen and which aren't good for the screen, and I'm just taking it in myself and just getting a good feel of everybody's input this week. I do every week, but today there's a lot of bigger comments than normal. So I have to stop my chat for a second to read.
Right. I know.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And yeah, Emily, now I'm reading your comment about the community helped you open up. That's a big deal. You know, it is
Mm.
a huge step, and I'm just proud of you, like beyond words. You know, we've talked on the phone a few times, and so it's like I know I see a difference, you know, and I'm truly, truly grateful that I've been able to see that. But I am proud of you so much. Um, and I'm always here, honey. I have to go back to work, but thank you to every single one of you. You're all incredible people, and I'm grateful. Oh, love you, Emily. Have a good day at work, and
Yeah.
definitely glad that our paths have crossed for sure.
Yeah. Have a good day. I'll see you in the server later because everybody knows I'm very active in the PNN server.
I know she's
That
gonna kick my butt because I
yeah.
haven't been.
That's just how I am though. I love speaking with everybody. There, I'll go
Mhm.
in there and I'll go into PvP server. Those are the only two that I go into, really,
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Haven't
so
really been online very much at all lately. Like people are like, "Oh, I messaged you." I'm like, "You did? Where?" Like I had all my notifications shut off for almost everywhere, you know, because it's like it's distracting. Love you too.
hmm
Trying to like, you know, do what I gotta do with the kids and stuff, and then, you know, phone's dinging every 2 minutes. It's like,
yeah.
you know,
I remember when I tried explaining this stuff to my mom, because and everybody can relate to this when they tried to tell somebody the person looked at them like they're crazy, like what do you monitor online, pedophiles?
right,
Like, yeah, that's a big issue.
right, and they just don't get it.
hmm
Mhm.
hmm I remember somebody told, I think it was Tommy was talking about his live yesterday. I think it was, but it could have been somebody else was saying the same thing when you tell people and then they watch one video and then before you know it they're like, "Oh, I just watched 20 videos." You get
Right.
hooked on it quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
But sometimes it's also overwhelming on the flip side of that too. So,
Right.
but it's a
I try to not
necessary
watch.
thing.
Yeah, and I try to not watch one if I know I don't have time to sit and watch a lot. That's why I like put my earbud in and I'll just start playing them while I'm cleaning because I could still hear them, you know.
hmm Yeah.
Bye, Smashly. Thank you for coming, honey.
Yeah, have a good day, Smashley. Thank you for stopping in. Definitely appreciate it. And just know I'm always watching your streams as well. So you're
Hmm.
doing good things over there.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
she really is. She really is. Yeah, I just started like actually watching. Like I would pop in to, you know, a stream here and there when I had time. But I would say probably the last like 3 weeks I've been fully like watch every single one.
hmm
Mm.
I'm not sitting waiting, for catches to come on, but because
Oh, that's
I've
right.
been watching them for a long time. There's some people that have only been watching them for a couple weeks, and there's people that have been watching them for a couple years. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So all depends on the individual.
Yep.
So
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm like, I can't, I don't have time to just sit around and wait for them. Like, if I get a notification for it, you know, I've noticed I've been so wrapped up in the stuff, taking care of the stuff here at home. It's like, I'll get a notification. I end up popping in mad late. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
my bad. Late as usual. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm here,
Yeah.
you know. I was up late listening to your video. I don't always leave a comment. Let's see. I think a lot of people have been, just in and out of Discord.
Yeah. A lot of people don't realize, but Discord, like I said, I think last week, you control basically, yourself in there. You don't have to go into general chat if you don't want.
Right.
There's many different tags of different topics you could, go into. You don't have to really go into anything. You could DM people over there so they have a way to contact you.
Right.
So it's, kind of, can discords be toxic? Absolutely. There's
Yeah.
a bunch of them, but there's also a bunch of very good and positive ones.
I was
So
just gonna say there are some really good ones. I like in certain servers I put it so, if people need it, they can absolutely, message me on there, because I notice there's a lot of people on there that like want to talk, and they just don't know who to go to. So, like I like in PNN how they have it so it's either locked or unlocked, whether you can, DM that person or not, you
yeah.
know.
Hmm. Absolutely, and I'll tell people that are new that I talk to. I'm like, it's always better to add the person first in general and say, listen, can I send you a message?
Right.
Because some people are funny about you just straight up DMing them, because they
Yep.
don't know how to respond. You know what I'm saying? Like you could ask them
Mm,
something crazy and they don't know what the hell to say, and it makes
right.
everything uncomfortable for the whole future of your existence in that
Yeah.
server. So
Yep.
I
Yeah, because they're
understand
like,
it.
where the hell did you just come from and why? You
Hmm.
know.
Yeah.
You
Did
know.
someone share us out? We got 40 people in here, man. That's awesome, man. Thank you everybody for
Um,
coming in. 40 people. That's probably a record for us. That's awesome, man.
at times, but usually at work, so can't really contribute.
Like an idiot, my chat was sitting here stuck on the like 20 comments ago. I just now updated. My bad, everybody. You know, I'm like, why ain't this thing moving? Nobody's talking. There's got to be somebody saying something.
I know, and I notice sometimes like I don't scroll all the way back down to the bottom of the chat to see the new comments, so I'll be sitting there and I'm like, hmm, like it's
Yeah.
frozen.
Hmm.
Let's see. If I write something too long, does it not show?
What's up, Bryden? Hope you're
No,
doing well.
I think it shows VS. Like we've
What's
seen your other comments. Let me see.
if I
I'm
write
gonna.
something too long, it does not show something dark red like everyone else's.
I'm scrolling through the chat to see if I see any of her long comments or their long comments.
Yeah, I'm on my laptop. Also, I'll scroll up.
Yeah, 'cause I'm pretty sure I seen like a couple, like a long comment before that showed up. Maybe I'm imagining things. I don't know.
I'm at 142. What was that? 8 minutes ago, and I haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah, I haven't either. Yeah, I don't know, VS. That's weird. I mean, I don't see any of your, like, if you wrote a long comment. Um, I thought I'd seen one that you'd wrote.
Yeah. I mean, if you go over the 200 characters, it doesn't let you send it from what I know. That's what my
Right.
laptop says. The phone is different, but if you go over that 200 thing, it won't let you try to send that message anyway, I don't think.
No, like, well, it will tell you like the cutoff. So, like, it will say, 0, like you have 0 letters or characters left that you can
Yeah.
type out, kind of thing. But All right, let me see. While I was looking for those comments, I missed new comments. All right. This is my first time here. I just learned about the stream. Oh yes, Tommy sees. I think we chatted in the comments I think on one of Alex's videos. I think so. I appreciate you coming, honey.
Let me scroll up to that comment. This is my first time here. I just learned about the stream a few days ago. Absolutely, that's awesome. Um, and this is our like eighth or ninth episode. And yeah, every week we don't have a guest, but
Right.
we still will talk about related topics. And there's always we didn't even drop the link in case somebody did want to come up.
And yeah, I was gonna say I can drop it too. I didn't even think about
Yeah,
it. But
yeah,
Terrence, yeah, the chat's working. It's just sometimes we're, scrolling up to look at other comments and
yeah,
we don't end up seeing the newer comment, you
yeah.
know. Oh, let me do this again.
And if you come up, try to be decent, not a troll that's gonna flash us their junk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because I've seen that many a time too.
yeah, I was
I'm
gonna
not,
say
I'm not, yeah,
I could
not speaking to,
imagine.
oh, it's crazy.
I could
hmm
imagine.
I've seen some crazy stuff on streams, and I have the screenshots of it. But I want to talk about one thing right here though. I'm sure a lot of people saw it. That Shafiq catch where the guy was butt naked.
Oh God, yeah. The dude answered the door. Yeah. Like, wow, guy. Like you literally was like fully prepared for some nasty ish to go down to open the door like that. Like zero decency. Like just not
He
a
was
care in the world.
he was fully in his birthday suit. He just turned around and just like, Shafiq's standing right there and he's on live and he knows that he's got to cut that camera away
Right.
quickly. Otherwise his video is going to get popped very fast.
I felt so bad for
Mm-hmm.
for sure. I'm like, man, like this poor guy is literally probably like freaking out, like, I hope I cut it in time or move the camera. Like,
hmm
oh man.
We've seen that quite a few times, but the one that
Yes.
sticks with me the most is PvP's because that's in his intro. He goes,
Yeah.
I can't, I'm not even going to say what's said, but he goes, is you're hanging out? He's like, and the guy's like scurrying back into his front door and shit. That one gets me every time, you
Yep.
know?
That was hilarious.
Oh man.
It's
You
like,
know.
I said, they definitely need to do a like a what the hell they call it, like the spoofs of like catches and like Fred
hmm
Catch's funniest moments or something.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, Moose almost had his. Yeah, he did. You're right, VS. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Predator bloopers. That's going to be the new segment for
Bloopers.
PNN. They're going to do Predator bloopers on the
Yeah,
you know,
that's the word I was looking for is blooper.
or WNN because Webb now is he started a second channel for the people that don't know.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, and it says Pred News and something. Let me see what the hell it says. But we were busting on him in the server yesterday, saying, "What are what are you trying to do? Take over the PNN network here with the WNN?"
Right.
You know? Mm-hmm. Oh man,
Love you too, Smashley. Have a good day.
and you gotta laugh because it's funny. It's funny as hell.
Oh,
Vlad's in the building.
hello. Hi, babe.
What,
How are you?
what's up,
Welcome back.
Vlad?
I just
What's
wanted
going
to say
on?
how much I appreciate what you guys do over here with the recovery
Oh,
Hey,
program.
we
I
love you
think
too, man. We love you too.
we
I think
do.
it's one of the real great parts of the community, and I think it's important. It's something I really support, and I'm really impressed with what you guys are doing, what Smashley's doing over there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, it's a mixed bag sometimes in our corner of the internet. A lot of drama, a lot of bullshit. But I think that this part and what it represents is one of the truest parts of it and one of the realest. And I think I'm really impressed with what you guys are doing, and I really support it. And I just wanted to say thank you. I just wanted to say thank you.
I
Thank you for
appreciate
those
that.
words. Yeah,
I think
thank
it
you.
also, like somebody said to me the other day, that they feel like this is a stream that really shows too that, the community can still stick together, because it's, people that, they're like, I normally would see people bickering and stuff, and they come into your chat and everybody's well behaved and just trying to like be supportive and stuff, and it's like, that is cool. That, like, I'm grateful for that, like, big time.
So many of our friends are survivors. I'm fortunate enough to not have experienced too much abuse or trauma in my life. I'm fortunate in that, but I know many of us have, and I just really respect you guys, and I really respect those of us who take that and do good with it, because it's it impresses me for all of you, all you guys. It really impresses me what's inside of you.
Yeah, it makes me emotional. Like, you guys staying every week, you guys come in and support regardless. Like, we could be up here with like, last minute cancellations, and we're just like, we'll just talk the entire time.
Yeah.
I need to shave too, variety. Like, I'm getting.
You need one a little bit more than me.
Yeah, Vlad's gonna need some nair soon.
That's take care of itself.
I mean, yeah. I like the scruffiness though. Looks good on you.
Well, I just wanted to say hi, and I want to tell you guys I love you, and all in the chat out there. And I can't see the chat right now, but I love you. So
thank you so much, honey. We love you too.
I'll see you guys back in chat.
All right, have a good day.
Bye.
Thank you.
Well, sweet.
Yeah.
Had to hit me in my feels and shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait, is who blocked? Thank you, PCM. We love you for coming in and supporting. Looking for pennies. Okay, let's see. Let's freaking that would block. Oh.
That's
Yeah, she was just
saying. That was a good visit from Vlad. Thanks for coming up, Vlad. That was awesome. We appreciate it, and so
that was super sweet.
Yeah.
I almost cried, not gonna lie, Vlad. So that was really, really nice of you, but also, like, you're a little bit of an ass, because I had to, like, kind of take my breath before I could say something. I was just like, that was really sweet.
Absolutely. Yep.
Exactly, Dead Twist. This is holy ground and only peace in here. I tell people every week, like, I don't care what kind of a trolling comment, like, there's only positive vibes in here, positive comments, unless we're talking down on the Preds. But
yeah,
anybody will definitely be kicked out, and we'll definitely be able to, make sure that we bring them back after. But
yeah, absolutely. Let me do something real quick. Sorry guys, I'm just on my phone looking something up here.
You switching devices?
No.
Ooh, I hear the echo.
I know. My bad. All right, let me kick myself out.
I'm like afraid to talk with the echo.
No, that's good. My bad. Yeah. Let me close this out of the stream on this phone. But that's what it's about, Vlad. Being one, and just being a positive influence on one another. And of course, people have their own things going on and what they want to do, but and everybody's different. But we all have one
Right.
common goal here.
And that's the thing. It's like, I mean, not many people get to say they have a safe space to, vent about their week or, the nightmares they've been having and whatnot, about their traumas. But so many people talk so highly about coming in here and all the positivity. So, I appreciate that you guys trust, the group of people in here that come here every week and show their support and stuff. And that you guys are all able to feel comfortable to open up.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's what it's about, and we're well, obviously, because I know Tommy's done a Survivor stream, PCM, PCI. They do those when they can, and they're more of a group. But we're really the only like male female duo that's doing it because we're trying to get a take on both
Right.
sides. But like I was saying earlier, for anybody that may be uncomfortable about coming up, it could always be recorded on a private stream. We can always replay it,
Yep.
um, and because it'll make you feel better, 9 times out of 10, but there will
Right.
be those that will take it to the grave, and I'll see in certain chats, certain comments from people that um, say they're a victim, but some of the comments they're making are just like um, comments that are just out of the blue, like crazy comments too. So because we got so many live streams that go on and thousands of people, so
Right.
um, you see a lot of different things,
Yeah.
So.
And it gets chaotic too. It's like I
Hmm.
get so frustrated because it's like I try to like sit and pay attention to the catches and it's like some of them
Hmm.
just go so fast, you're like having to hurry up and get your, links in and try to pay attention to the catch and you know,
Hmm.
it's not easy, but
Nah,
it's so worth it.
yeah. And Brian, you can always hit me up, man. Even if it's 3, 4 in the morning, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I may
Absolutely.
not see it for a few hours, but can always hit my phone up. You know,
Yeah.
without a doubt. Am I perfect? No. Have I done wrong and done stupid shit in my life? Of course, but
So we all do.
yeah. It's hey, what's up, Cupcake? I didn't see you slide in there.
Cupcakes in here too.
Yeah, I'm here doing home repairs, so I'm listening. Uh,
Hi,
yeah.
Cupcake. Sorry I didn't see you, honey.
A lot of people doing the spring cleaning right now. It's getting
Yeah.
towards that time. I saw you guys still got another cold blast up north there, huh? It was a little chilly too down
Unfortunately.
down here.
I took the
Yeah.
kids outside to wait for the bus the last 2 days. It has been
Hey,
like either
PCM.
10 or 12 degrees. And this morning it was 23, so it wasn't as freezing, but it was still cold, you
Yeah.
know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's supposed to be in the 50s and, well, mid to high 50s for the next week. So I'm like, I'll take it. Like, as long as the mornings ain't that cold, like, I'm cool with it. Cause I just don't like, like, I feel bad standing out there. The kids are shivering. Um, and they go, so there's two buses that come out back to pick up the kids. The first bus that comes picks up most of the kindergartners in first and second grade, and the second bus that comes does like third through fifth grade. Um, and so my boys were like, oh, wanting to copy all the other kids. So I put them on the second bus now. Um, but so they're standing out there a little bit longer. So now I just bring a blanket out in the morning to cover their legs so they're not, shivering. Let's
Mm.
see, I missed PCM's comment. We're thankful and grateful. We will forever be a safe space and a platform. Absolutely, PCM. We appreciate you guys big
Mm.
time.
That's
big
why I put
time.
that one on the screen, so it'll always be there when somebody rewatches that.
Yeah,
Absolutely. You know.
yeah, it's huge. I mean, it's just such a big deal to have this for, the survivors and those in recovery or active addiction, whatever, um, because it's hard to go out and look for the support that you need,
Hmm.
for people that have been through what you've been through. You just don't know who to approach. You know what I mean? You don't know. So having streams like this, I think, it's definitely been helping a lot of people. I know a lot of people say it's inspiring and it's helpful. So that's a big deal. Because, I
Yeah.
mean, like we were saying before, having Smashly and PCM, like doing the survivor streams and Tommy, like it's helpful. It really is. I mean, to be honest, the
Absolutely.
more the merrier, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. We don't even have enough catchers out there, no less like,
Yeah.
survivor streams. There's only what 100 outfits across the United
Yeah, I
States.
think
It's like 90 to 100 or whatnot, and there's new ones cropping up each week and stuff. So, and with 700 like 90,000, let's say 800,000 people in the sex offender registry, and there's millions more preds that are out there that are
not.
under the radar, you know.
Mhm. Sad.
So, yeah, big issue we got going on. It really is.
That's why I always say too, to be honest, like every time we get a new catcher or somebody's like, "Oh, I'm thinking about catching," I'm like, "Please do." like we need the help. We have literally need the help everywhere and anywhere. Like I've seen people, comment in a live stream and they're like, "Oh, well, I want to start catching in my area, but there's already a catcher." So, and
Yeah,
I mean, you don't think they need help? you know like, don't think of it like that. It's not a this
yeah.
is my area type thing. That's not. It's We're doing it to help protect the kids so they don't go through what we went through. So it shouldn't matter what area, shouldn't matter if there's two in that one area. Like, that's great. And that means you're
Hmm.
flushing them out quicker. Y'all can
Yep.
move to the next area, you know?
And then you got people who, on one hand, think Preds can be rehabilitated, and then you have people on the other hand that think there's no cure.
Yeah.
So is it a thing of like once a cheat, always a cheat? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's a common like relationship term. But I'm not going
Right.
to say what my stance is because I don't want to seem biased or anything. I'm just putting that info out there of
Right.
what we see and what's taking place.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
absolutely. And I think having the difference in opinion is a good thing, you know what I mean? That, some people think there is no cure and some people think,
yeah.
there's certain ones that can be fixed, It's like I think it just helps, it gives people the view from the other side kind of thing.
Hmm. Absolutely. And these discussions are good to have, like we're having now to get a more in-depth because I mean a lot of people know this stuff that we're talking about, but we bring it from like different angles. It's like asking somebody the same question but five different ways, you know what I'm saying? um
Right.
and how you analyze different things. So absolutely.
Yeah, Tatiana, I heard the storms are gonna be really crazy and the tornadoes. That's so scary.
Yeah, I saw some storms they were building up on the West Coast, and they were supposed to go to the Midwest and stuff. I don't know where they are now, but you know,
I know, I'm not sure. I think um somebody just said something about they missed a ice storm. Oh, Lisa. She said where Bryden and her are at, an ice storm missed them.
mm,
Ice storms are no fun.
yeah,
We
I've
had
seen it
one
quite a
here.
few places got snow again too. When Alex
Mhm.
was on that catch, it was snowing. That was
Oh
upstate
yeah.
New York. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we had a ice storm bad a couple years ago, and I mean, we had tree branches came in through the roof of my mom's house, windows got smashed. I mean, It was hella crazy and hectic.
Hmm.
It's like, man, let's see.
Now, Bushwookie, what picture did you post it now? What time did you post it? I'll go in there now and take a look at it. Let me see. I saw the one that UKPP2 wrote about with that mother that abused a child to death, spent
Yeah,
13 years and she just got paroled.
I have to go look at that because I was like, that is insane.
Absolutely.
Like I watched another channel, the AFC, Advocates for Children, and he's always posting stories, sorry, absolutely. So he's always posting stories about, child abuse or, a kid dying or whatever, but he speaks for the kids. He's like, I'm not here to speak for the parent who's in the right, or, I don't really care. He's like, I'm speaking for the child. Like, I literally, somebody has to speak up and just say what's right, because sometimes it's like, I mean, there's so much chaos in the process. I feel like people just want to be, oh, well, this is my side, listen to my side. It's like, well, what about the child who's, now currently laying 6 feet under
Yeah.
because of you guys' chaos? Like, the hell?
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know if it'll show, but this was Bushwookie's windshield this morning,
Oh,
filled with
damn.
a sheet
That's
of ice
crazy.
all
I was
over.
just going
Yeah.
to say, is that all ice? Yep. Wow.
Yeah. It's,
Man, it
I don't miss
looks
those
thick
days, you
too.
know. Hmm. Yep.
It literally looks thick.
I remember when I was still up north and I was at this gas station one time, and this guy, he came in there and he was over by the coffee maker thing where you can get hot water,
Yeah.
and he's filling up like this huge like big gulp container with hot water. And I said, what do you make? What are you planning on making with that? And he goes, oh, I'm gonna throw it on my windshield to get the ice off. I said, dude, you don't use burning hot water. You can crack your windshield in
I
less
was
than
gonna,
5 seconds doing that, man. Use
yeah,
cold water first, you
right.
know.
Yeah. It might take
And
a while, but at least we'll actually, melt it at some point. But yeah,
yeah.
like, and especially thick ice, like, you ain't doing
Hmm.
no good for your windshield.
No, I'm like, dude, just leave it be, because if it cracks, then you're gonna have to spend, a lot of money to get that damn thing fixed. I'm like, you know, and he's looking at me like I have two heads, and I'm like, dude, you don't put hot water on an icy windshield. I'm telling you
Right.
now. And the dumb
Yeah.
idiot still went out there and threw the shit all over his car.
Oh my God.
It didn't crack,
It,
thank God, but the possibility is there, you know.
right. Yep.
Hmm.
It's like, I mean, it's kind of, to me, it's common sense, that's two different temperatures fighting, back and forth, basically. Like, the hell? My neighbor, I saw her one morning. It was so freezing out here. There was literally ice on their windshields. She hooked up an extension cord through her house and brought her blow dryer out to the side of the parking lot. And it, like, she was able to use the blow dryer to freaking melt the ice off
Mm,
her car. I'm like, that is hilarious. Like, I can't even. I was like, I gotta admit, I never seen nobody do that before. That's a first for me, but that was smart.
yeah.
you know.
Some people, they don't want it to, I mean, obviously they don't know that is common sense in the first place, so they're looking at you like you're crazy, and it just, I don't get it. How many people don't even have common sense? It's
Yeah,
mind-boggling, you know. Um,
yeah, it is true. I mean, I
yeah.
feel like common sense is a hard thing to come by.
Hmm. Just when you think you're crazy, there's always somebody out there 100 times crazier.
That's so true.
And when they're not
That's
playing with a full deck, they're even crazier than that.
mm,
So,
that's a fact.
yep.
Um, Penny, is your name still the same on Facebook, or?
Hmm.
I just want to make sure, and then I'll send you a request later. Let's see.
I've done that, Vlad. I've cut my finger on I was using a table saw, and it has what do they call that? Like a guide on the side where you put the piece of wood, and you guide it. Obviously, you guide it with your hand, and you're usually pushing from the back. But at some point, the end of the wood's got to come near the blade. And the week prior, the safety flap, there's normally a plastic safety flap on it, and the tip of my finger just went to the tip of the saw and sliced the whole top of my finger open. It was like butterflied at
Oh
the
my
tip of my
God.
finger. Yeah.
Damn.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
That is so
Yep.
nuts. I've literally like have done it before, like trying to just like, getting ready to shave or whatever. I'm like literally put my hand trying to grab the razor or whatever, like it's dropping, and I've cut the inside of my hand like a dummy. I did I don't know how, maybe like over a month, maybe 2 months ago. But I have like one of those wax melters or whatever, like the candle thing. It gets his light bulb underneath it or whatever. It melts the wax so the house smells good. And my dumbass. So I was using my knife and to
Mm-hmm.
get it out, and it was a new knife, like a dummy. I'm like, oh, this will get it out because it was stuck. I couldn't put a new different scent of wax on there. So I was holding the jar with one hand, the top of the jar with one hand, and using my other hand with the knife and like chiseling at it. And the knife, I mean, the wax was so hard on there, it got stuck and it literally slipped. So it sliced into my hand. I had to go get stitches. I was like, that thing cut like butter. And I had to literally run to the bathroom, like, um, oh no, first I ran to the kitchen. I was literally dripping blood everywhere. I was freaking out. And my kids were like, Mom, what happened? And I'm like, it's fine. I just gotta call Mom. And you're right at the hospital. I was like, this is pretty big, dude. Like, not okay. So then the kids are
Mm-hmm.
like, do you need a band-aid? I'm like, yep. I need a washcloth and I need lots and lots of band-aids.
Yeah, I need quite a few things to stop this bleeding. Yep, keep
Yeah,
them coming.
exactly. Like, this is not about to go away if I don't hurry up. But yeah, they were so funny. They were super helpful, but I literally thought like one band-aid was gonna fix it. When I
Mm-hmm.
got to the hospital, the lady's like, yeah. She's like, you definitely need a couple of stitches, but it was gonna be like an 8-hour wait. I was like, no. I went to CVS and bought butterfly stitches and friggin' tape, and I handled it myself, and then went to the ER the next day when it was less busy.
That happened to me too. My friend went with me, and he fainted right there in the room. What happened was, back in the day when I was doing landscaping work, I had just sharpened the blades for the mower, and I was putting it back on, and I was using a ratchet, and it slipped off, and my finger went right across the blade.
Oh,
This finger right here, it's just like a hump on it. Still messed up to this day. So I
yeah.
sliced it open. I go to the hospital with my friend Roger, and he comes in the room with me, and they put an injection in my hand to numb it, and then they
Mm,
put the thread through the suture,
yeah.
and he's watching it, and I'm like, "Are you all right over there?" And I see his like eyes start rolling in his head and shit, and the boy was on the floor. Next thing I knew,
Oh, he's like, I can't take it. I gotta pass
yeah.
out.
I said, "Man, you shouldn't have came in here with me." So they had to leave me and go tend to him and put him in a damn chair.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's insane. Like, like I thought you were gonna be able to hang tight, but I guess not.
Yeah. This is somebody who's never had stitches before, never had a surgery. Me on the
Yeah,
other hand, I've had plenty.
yeah, yeah. I've
So,
I've definitely had a a few accidents, too many, and I like have had surgeries and stuff too. But like, I don't know why it still gets to me though. Like when I had cut my hand with the knife, I was like, I wasn't crying because I was trying to not be so worked up in front of the kids, like make it seem like it was okay. Like, I got
hmm
it, mommy can handle it kind of thing. But in my head, I'm going, this shit burns. Like, this is not okay. I had wax. Like, when I finally went to the ER the next day, they had to take chunks of wax out. It was embedded in my hand because it was stuck on the knife. And she's like,
Mm-hmm.
good thing you actually came back, because she's like, that would have caused an infection. And I'm like, who? You're welcome, Tatiana. I'm typing from my other phone.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I was definitely glad to go get the way. I had no idea, but I saw it because I mean it seemed like, there was a pocket or something near the incision. So ugh, I'll never
My
be that dumb again to do things that way.
Yeah. I think my first ever was when I had my appendix taken out.
Hmm.
I was getting pains and stuff and just thought it was a stomach issue or whatnot. And then like a week later, I mean, because obviously a lot of people know if you let an appendix go, in a burst, it could kill
Yep.
you, if not seriously, do damage to you.
Yeah, mine almost bursted. I know.
Yeah. So I went to the hospital and because I didn't know what the hell an appendicitis was, So I go in there, they check me out or whatnot, and they say, "Oh yeah, you're going into surgery at 2 a.m." I said, "Surgery? No, I'm sorry. Let me back up for a second. At first,
Hmm.
they're like, you have an appendicitis. I said, "Okay, so you write me a prescription, right?" They're like, I'm like, they're like, "No, you're going into surgery at 2 a.m." I said, "Surgery? What? What are you talking about?" I was young, and
Right.
like that it's got to come out. I says, "Oh, okay," because my first surgery, so I was a little bit worried. I'm like, "Oh shit, man," All right, and then after that, I've had multiple surgeries, but yeah, that was something, you know.
Let's see. I don't know which one it is. Um, Sorry, guys. I'm just catching up on some of the comments. Give me 1 second. I just seen illegal stoner mom's comment. If you ever want to blow clouds with me, Instagram is the place to find me. That's hilarious. um, let's see. Lisa, your comment about duct tape. My friend growing up, my friend Brian always would say, duct tape fixes everything. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Um, his brother's, like, the front end of his car, his Trans Am, I mean, this was in the 90s, but his Trans Am, it was literally falling off. He used the duct tape to hold it up. And I'm like, it's staying? He's like, yeah. He's like, through the snow, everything. I'm like, holy crap. So, he one time he had cut his hand at work, and he's like, I just put a little bit of super glue in there and put duct tape over it, good as new. I'm like, what? Like, my God. But it was fine, in like a week. I was like, okay, all right. So I guess duct tape really does fix everything. It's like insane. It really is a cure all. I mean, I never even thought about it until he had mentioned it.
I don't know if it's your sound or my sound that's acting up.
No, it was
Right.
mine. It was mine because my
Also
cousin
having
phone
common
comes
sense.
again.
Well, no, I did have a piece of wood, but um, at that time I was very young at the time too, and I was kind of in a rush. But yeah, you normally use a piece of wood as your um, guide. Yeah, this was years ago. This wasn't any time recently. So yeah, because I watch videos on that stuff a lot. I was watching a video the other day of somebody who kind of did the same thing. You know, because I watch a lot of the home improvement stuff and
Hmm.
DIY stuff. So, and I saw somebody do a lot of people. That happens to a lot of people where they do it the exact way that it happened to me. I'm looking for my vape and I can't
Right.
find it. What the fuck they do
I
with my vape?
my kids have been paying a lot of attention to like the do-it-yourself streams and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, I am glad that y'all are paying attention, because now, my youngest, he looks at everything. He's like, Mom, he's like, I really want to be able to do this with this, and you know how you do it? I seen it on a do-it-yourself video.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Yeah.
yep. Okay, so now he's like got all sorts of creations going on in the house.
Mm. Yeah.
But like I said, it'll, keep his imagination going and, he's fixing things, so it's keeping him busy too. So
Uh-huh. Only certain things you can learn from a freaking book. I learned that at a young age. I tried to learn karate from a freaking book when I was like 10 years old. You know
yeah.
what? The next week I got my ass beat, you know? So any kids out there, you ain't learning karate from a book, let me tell you.
No, not at all. I've always said that too. Like I'm more of a hands-on learner to begin with, so um mostly everything I have to learn, physically trying to do it, watching somebody else do it and everything. But it's like a lot of the things that you could learn from a book. It's I mean, you genuinely got to think about it. Like, there's nobody there to show you how to do the karate moves the appropriate way. So you may not have your leg in the right position you know, to actually like finish the kick. So it's like little things like that. I'm like, I'm kind of glad I'm a hands-on person because otherwise I'd be in every single book. Like, how do I do
Yeah.
this?
Let me read off this comment here. Have I told you all the superpower? It's fine and you're a celebrity familiar. Today at Variety is kin to Ferris Bueller's best friend Cam. IRL Alan Ruck. Oh, I don't think I look
Mm-mm,
like him, you know.
I don't think so.
I think I'm
I
getting
mean, I
sick. My
can't.
nose is freaking running. I think I'm
I'm
getting a
like,
cold, y'all.
I know. My throat's been acting up.
Yeah. One thing I've never done in my life is put a car on cinder blocks and put it in reverse to try to get the miles off, you know?
Yeah,
That's one
exactly.
that's one thing I've never done, you know? He's like, the miles are still on there. The miles are
Right.
still on there. My dad wipes this car down with a freaking diaper. He loves it more than he loves me, you know?
Right.
And then the thing rolls out the damn thing, breaks through the glass, and goes into the ditch.
Exactly.
That was a great movie, you know. It really was, you know.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
Decoy said, "Oh my God, you sound like Cameron."
Cameron who? Cameron who? Uh, you know.
He's like, wait. He's like, before I respond to that, I don't know if I should be offended or should be grateful.
Let me put my real name up here. Most people know what my name is, but you know, let me put my damn name up here. You know.
Right.
Um.
She said, my fault. I'm 30 seconds behind Cameron from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, is that what his name was? The friend. His name is Cameron.
Yeah, they
It's
said
been a long
Cam.
time. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie too. It
Think
really
of
has.
him as he was sitting nearly comatose, his blank face, but your face is literally less than an inch big on my screen. What?
Hmm.
I'm like, I think I lost myself reading that.
Hey, it's making you laugh, and that's the important thing. You know, we gotta laugh because this world can be crazy. So laughing
Exactly.
is great.
Yep. That is so true. It can be cruel if you don't laugh about it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Let's see. What else? Trying to see if I missed any of the other ones. Tatiana, what do you donate blood every Friday or something?
Yeah, I saw something about that. Yeah, when they try to draw blood from me, like they gotta stick me so many times because my veins are very small.
Oh, yeah.
Also, you know, yeah. Even when they get like one that like more, one of the more experienced nurses that's been there, they gotta stick me like 6 times, and I hate that shit. I really do.
Right. Yeah, oh yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
It's like I know when, I mean it doesn't bother me. It used to. But like watching the kids get their shots or anything, I can't take it. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh man, I have to like hold them and it's like, oh, I can't look either. I'm like trying to like hold their face turned to the side while I got like one arm wrapped around their arms so that the nurses can give them their shots. And I'm like, I just can't. I can't. I gotta look away too because I'm gonna start crying
Mm-hmm.
because my babies are crying. Like
It's
one
true.
time they had a like a new nurse or whatever. She was just learning or whatever. But she passed her phlebotomy and stuff. So I was fairly confident. I'm like, I mean, I guess, she literally stuck me like 6 times. I'm like, bro, you know what? Just get an actual nurse. Like, I don't know if you're nervous and I'm not trying to be an ass, but like, I can only be poked so many damn times before I like can't put up with it, like 6 is a lot. Like I was being very nice, allowing you to do it the third, fourth, and fifth time. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yeah.
I have too much iron in my body. The only way to stop the iron from doing any more damage is to remove the blood. Wow, Tatiana. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is
See,
so
when
crazy.
we get an hour and a half in and we run out of things to talk about on and then we just start going in every direction here. So
Yep.
it's, you know, it happens,
Yep.
it happens.
Yep, it does for sure.
Hmm.
I know, Lala. That's why I just keep saying we're just banning them. I'm just getting over it. I just don't want it in here, you know. Some
Hmm.
people never get phlebotomy. I went to nursing school, never practiced as a nurse, just the education. It's good to learn, though, to be honest. At least, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like either way, the you have the knowledge to be able to actually do it if you need to, and you may not even need to, but if you do, at least now you know how to do it.
What is that Vlad? If I can show you guys the birch bark job, I'll come back up. Yeah, come back up. Show us the birch. I don't know what that is, but yeah, come on up.
Oh, the thing he's
Absolutely.
making?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
guess that's
please
what it is.
do.
I don't know, but yeah, we will welcome that. Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah,
I would, you know.
yeah, absolutely. We'd love to see it. We would love to see it.
Is the link still there in the chat? I didn't even see it
Um,
dropped, and then I saw Vlad appear, and I was like, oh, I didn't even see
right?
you drop the link.
I'm
You
posting it again if it will let me. Hold on, let me go
I'm
back in here.
sending Preds pics of my dog sniffing their feet, and they love it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there's some crazies out there. There really are.
Yep, so true.
I mean,
And
we
it's
got
like,
fetishes as it is, but there's some fetishes that are just like, I mean, you can't be in the right state of mind whatsoever to
yep.
enjoy that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Feet to me are so disgusting. I mean, my kids are literally 6 and 7, and I won't even allow their feet near my pillows. I'm like, don't do it. I got a thing about feet. I don't like it, like, just don't. So
Hmm.
now they're like, oh, like, why can't I just put my feet here? Oh, hold on,
Oh,
let me
that's
add
Vlad.
illegal stoners mile. Hold on.
So this is all my materials here. Bunch of birch bark, bunch of sheets of birch
I
bark.
can leave. I'm sorry. I'm
It's
gonna
like,
leave. I just saw that link and I clicked it because I thought it was like a YouTube link. I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
realize
yeah.
it
It's
was
all
I'm
you.
good. You're
baking.
good. You're
Showed
good.
up for
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah,
Adore.
you're okay.
yeah.
What I'm doing with it is I'm doing this. I'm going to show you upstairs because I did a bunch of it up here in the kitchen, like on these all the cabinetry I'm walking past here.
Yep.
It's going to be like
Wow.
this. It's going to be like this down on the
That's awesome.
doorways and
Wow.
Yeah.
that.
Jesus, Vlad.
And on the doors, I'm going to be doing down in the basement. We're going to be doing exactly the same thing as you see on this door here, where the panels. We're taking the panels, putting birch bark on it, and then some twig work.
That is so cool.
So it's a
Oh
That is
yeah.
so
process. It's
good.
a process, but it's a fun material to work with, and
Yeah.
it's a nice warm job. You know, it's inside. It's nice and
I
toasty
was
warm
just
on a
gonna
cold
say,
day.
at least you ain't outside freezing, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes what I like to do is when I find a piece that has like a bear climbed up it or something like this here. Do you see where
Yeah.
bear claws were?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
isn't that cool?
that is
Yeah.
super
I kind of like
cool.
to highlight it like that, but I think the kitchen. I'll kind of step back so you can see the whole kitchen a little bit.
I was just gonna say, I hope you're gonna leave it.
Oh yeah, the bear scratch. Yeah,
Yeah, that's so
trying
cool.
to here.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
yeah. So
I
just
love the
the house
chandelier.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like the islands in the middle like that.
it's a
I'm a
nice big
fan of
one
that.
too.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
beautiful. I mean, I wish this is not my home. You see here, this is
Yeah,
some work I'm doing in here.
that is really cool.
Yeah, it's good. It's going well. I got my finger a little bit, but I'm okay. Mwah.
Yeah, thank
All
God.
right. Hey, I just thought I'd share a little bit. Thanks, guys.
Well, thank you. It looks so good.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh
love you.
yeah.
Take pictures when it's done so we can see.
Yeah, I've been taking
Yeah.
pictures right on through.
Yeah.
This is really cool. Let me show you a cool bathroom I did. Hold on.
Oh God, yeah, please.
Hold on. This is cool. Show and tell. Show and tell with flat. Check out the sink in the
Oh my
Mm,
burl.
the
God,
ball
Lab
top. Yeah.
burl, a stone
that's
stone
so
sink,
pretty.
and some twig work and birch root structure base.
Oh my God,
Isn't that cool? All right.
that
Oh
is
yeah.
so pretty.
Little
Yeah.
show and tell. All right, guys. I love you all.
All
Well,
right.
when I
Love you
get
too,
my house,
Vlad.
I'm calling you so you can.
Yep.
All right, Jules.
All right,
Catch you
love
guys
you.
later.
Have fun.
Thanks, V.
Yep.
That is so amazing.
Yeah.
I'm
I
like
hope he's,
just still in
you know,
awe. Like, holy
I hope he's got one
crap.
of those toilets that shoots up water too and
Yeah,
sprays your
right.
butt
Like one
for
of
you.
the
You know.
what do they say? Like the Asian toilets or whatever. It washes your butt
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah. I forget what they're called, but those things are there's something. I don't know if I would use that because you still got to like wipe
Well,
yourself,
yeah,
you
because
know.
then
You
you're
can't,
wet.
you're
Yeah,
wet,
you're like,
you know.
I'm gonna walk around with soggy ass. No thanks.
Yeah. You're not going to use that and then pull your drawers up. That just wouldn't work out. That's like getting out of the
Mhm.
shower and not drying
Mhm.
yourself off, you
That's
know.
what it's called, bidets. I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Bidet, yeah, it's something like that, yeah. Bidet. Or bidet, I think it's a bidet.
Bidet. Okay.
Mm, those are very common in the European areas too, I
That's
believe.
okay. That's where it is. I don't know why I thought like maybe like okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is so
Bidet.
crazy, Vlad. You are so talented. I'm like, wow. I need to get my house soon.
Very time consuming, I'm sure. You know, stuff like that. It's very time consuming. But when the finished product is done, it's great. You know,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it
absolutely.
already looks absolutely beautiful. So
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna be. I mean, that's really cool too with the like the bear scratch on it. And oh my god.
Yeah, because it's natural. I used to have a dog that by our front door, you know, there was the molding there, but it was like extra thick molding. And this was a
Hmm.
German Shepherd, and anytime anybody rang the doorbell, the dog would run up there and
Yep.
scratch at that thing. So 20 years later, we still had the piece of molding with his claw marks
Yeah.
in it, long after the dog had passed away. And that was our memory of our dog. So,
Yep. Yeah, I
you
wouldn't have
know,
gotten rid of it either. I
hmm
absolutely would have. I mean, it's cool too because it's like, you have that memory,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're making you blush.
Mm.
Well, you deserve it. I mean, that was pretty damn cool for sure. But you
Yeah.
definitely have to like, take pictures and stuff
Yeah.
so we can see the finished product. That's gonna be so nice.
Yeah, that's part of the stuff that I watch, and like on TV too with the flipping shows, like
Yep.
Flippin' Vegas. That's like one of my favorites, and seeing the before and after. And they do those within like 1 week. They get a
Right.
crew in there for every type of thing, plumbing, electrical, sheetrock, everything. And
Yeah. Even when I watch them, I'm like, they gotta be so overwhelmed in there, like just because they have, it's like a cluster of people. I mean, everybody's in their own different sections, but like, let's say everybody's, got their specific job in the kitchen. You got like 4 or 5 people in there, at different spots. I'm like, I'd be pretty overwhelmed, but they get the
yeah,
job done and they get it done fast. So,
absolutely. Well, the process it usually is like first you get the sheetrock people in there to do that, then you get the
mhm.
floor person in there, and then you can follow that up with the kitchen people, and then the window people and the roof people
Right.
at the end.
Yeah.
So it's fascinating stuff. And I'm very handy too. I just don't put it to use like I used to. Because obviously I'm not 20 years old anymore. So
Right. That's what I say. I'm like, I'll have to take notes and do this in little
hmm
parts.
now I just go on my phone and say, okay, this is the closest plumber. Okay, when can you be here?
Right.
You know,
Like the what do they call it? Like the Angie app or whatever, and you just like find whatever person you need for whatever job.
yeah.
Like, oh, I'll get that job done, all right. It's just a click away.
hmm
My
Yeah,
brother's
they
like,
have another one too. I forget the name of it.
yeah, I just remember Angie's List. I know that there is another one. I just don't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
But yeah, my dad and my brother are firm believers in doing it yourself. If you
hmm
get to a point you absolutely cannot finish it, fine, get somebody to help you or try to research it or whatever. But so like because of them, if I anything in my house needs to be done, I do it, you know.
hmm
Like it's not worth wasting the money and just buy all the stuff I need and do it myself,
Absolutely.
you know. I mean, and it's so much easier, I feel like, then you're learning it in the process, so you're like, okay, well, next time I'll know and I'll be able to actually do it faster and,
hmm
my last hardwood job had a chandelier with antlers too. That chandelier was really cool. Um, I thought it was like really cool. I don't deer hunt, but I went out deer hunting with my friend Zach before and my uncle. They both are deer hunters, and I mean it's really cool. But Zach he tricked me one time. I don't do venison. I'm petrified. I just won't. But I have before by accident. My friend Zach, he had caught a deer, or whatever, and he does everything from, you know, beginning to end. So he skins it, does all that. So he had come over like a couple days later and he's like eating sauce. I thought it was just regular sausage, but he's in my kitchen. He's eating the sausage and stuff. He's like, "Oh, this came out so good." He's like, "Anybody want some?" He's like, "I made it myself." I'm like, "You did?" I'm like, "You cooked?" He's like, "Yeah, I cook." I'm like, "All right." And he's like, "Try it. Just try it." And I'm like, "Well, now you're making me nervous." I was like, "I don't know if I trust you like that. Like, you like to blow shit up." So, I'm like, I'm a little
hmm
nervous. But he was like, "No, I promise. Just try it." And I took a bite. I was like, "Oh, I love it." And he's like,
hmm
"Good. It's venison sausage." I'm like, "It's what now?"
Mm.
I had to put it down. I was like, I can't. Like, now that I know what it is, my stomach is not going to let me eat it. I just can't do it.
I went deer hunting once too. We used to. back when I was in New York, obviously I was on Long Island. That's another thing I wanted to bring up too is when I was watching that catch Jay did yesterday,
Yeah.
and they said there was on Long Island. And I knew it's either going to be Nassau County Police or Suffolk County Police, and it was Nassau County. People don't realize, like on a map, Long Island looks small, but in
Right.
radius end to end, it's 180 miles.
Mm-hmm.
It's very big.
Wow.
Nassau County is not very big itself, but Suffolk County, when you get to the tip from Nassau all the way out to either Montauk or Orient Point,
Mm-hmm.
it's a hike.
Is that?
So yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. I always thought it was just small, but I never obviously knew.
It looks, and I guess Jay's never been there because I think I heard him say I didn't expect Long Island to look like this. So I guess he's never been to Long Island
No,
either.
no, he hasn't. He was actually kind of pumped because he's like, I've never been, so it's gonna be really cool. Like my first time going there, I'm gonna catch a really sick dude, and I was like, yeah. It's like, too bad you don't have time to take in the sights. He's like, yeah, another
Yeah,
time. He's like, this is good enough for my first time. He's like, enough to be a good memory, I was
yeah.
like, that's
Suffolk's way different. Suffolk,
is it?
like when you get out east, you get all the wineries and farmland and stuff like that. It's very nice. But when you're in the area they were in, it's
Yeah.
you have none of that. But
Right.
you know.
Yeah, that's cool.
You go
always
out
wanted.
east,
Yeah.
and it's like 20 minutes before you find your next gas station, you know?
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's very,
That's crazy.
what's the word? Sparse? I can't think of it, but yeah, it's very, spread out over there, you know?
I always wanted to go to like all those other parts of New York. Like I've been in the city, but I never really been anywhere else in New York because my cousin Tamara, she went to the College of New Rochelle, and so we had to help her get all her stuff there and whatnot. So we ended up staying the weekend and just checking out the city and stuff. So it was kind of cool.
hmm Yeah, venison is good. I mean, it's got a lot of sodium in it. From what I know. But yeah, I'm back to my story I was going through. So yeah, I was spent most of my time on Long Island, but we would go upstate because back then we didn't have deer on Long Island,
Mhm.
and you certainly weren't allowed to hunt them. So we would go upstate to like the Catskills and the Adirondacks, that area up there.
Yeah.
Um, and we would bring the rotten apples because that's what deer love is the rotten
Yeah.
apples.
Yep.
So get yourself one of those tree perches that you tree stand. You go up there and you're camouflaged, and deer comes along, and you got to get him right in the heart. Otherwise, he's just going to run away. So
Right.
you got it, right in the heart, and um, they die immediately. There's no suffering. But yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what I thought too, is it had to be no suffering. I like when I first started like, doing any of the deer hunting with my uncle and stuff, it was when I was younger and he would take us deer spotting. Like we'd go at night and he'd have like his pickup truck, he'd have the big spotlight, basically right attached to the passenger rear view mirror. And we would just, start looking. And it was like just really cool to see, the deer at night. And I mean, they look so pretty and peaceful. So I kept telling the kids I would love to take them, but my dad's in New Hampshire. Um, he's got a lot of land over there and like a huge pond in the middle. So like they keep it stocked with fish and whatnot. But the rest is all like a field and then it gets into the woods. And every single night, my dad's like, I buy food to feed them, but every night the deer come out of the woods. He's gotten like 50 deer out there eating at the same time. He's like, it's the coolest freaking thing. So I'm like, I know where I'm gonna be hanging out this summer, so I can actually like check them out. I got a
hmm
couple of pictures of like 10 of them, but I haven't seen like 50 of them together. He's like, it's so cool.
hmm
So I definitely want to see. I had a guy explaining how he accidentally shot a fawn. You're smiling and you're like, oh my God. My friend Zach, one time, he had no, he was trying to hit like a, I guess a buck or whatever, but a male deer. And he ended up hitting the female and she
Mm,
was pregnant. He was freaking out. He's like, I like went over there. He's like, I thought I hit him. And he's like, I ended up picking her up and put her in the back of my truck. He's like, and then I'm looking at it and I'm like, this is a female. He's like, and but yeah, he's like, I just felt terrible. I'm like, yeah, I would too. Like the poor thing was about to have some damn babies. You literally killed them all.
yeah. And I think like corn is their favorite, but it's illegal to give them corn. And I think the park
Really?
ranger, if the park ranger comes up to your because most people are in pickup trucks that
Hmm.
deer hunt because you got to
Right.
put the carcass somewhere. And
Yep.
what they'll do is they'll cut the deer open and see if there's any corn inside the deer. And it's I forget what the charge is, but even if you're a licensed
Why?
hunter, I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm not sure. I know I read that somewhere. I'll have to look it up again. But I remember seeing
Wow.
that. Yeah.
That's so crazy. Like it's
Hmm.
just a weird thought too, to be honest. Like can't feed them corn.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
It's
get
like,
it, but
oh, I can't feed them corn, but I can feed them carrots. Like, what?
yeah, yeah. And that they'll sit there and they'll take a Rambo looking knife and cut the thing open in front of you and see if there's because we all know when you eat corn, it's not processed like other
Right.
foods are. So it's
Maybe
there.
that's
You could
why.
see it. Yeah.
I didn't even think about that, but maybe
Hmm.
that's why. Maybe it's like genuinely because it doesn't like process or something. I don't know.
It could be.
That
Absolutely.
is so weird. I literally have never heard that.
Yeah.
Let's see. They have all kinds of deer. Oh, really, John? That's really cool. I mean, it looks like you would get a lot of deer over there. Like it just has that type of scene to it.
Hmm. Nothing better than like a 12-point buck, you know.
Right,
Those are the ones that you really want to go for, you know. Um,
right.
but in a lot of spots, deer have such a population now that even on Long Island, they're allowing people to go into the state parks. I was reading and kill a certain number of deer to kill the population down because it's gotten so out of hand. Because they're running in the street and people are hitting them, and it's causing a lot of
Damn.
accidents.
I believe
So,
it.
hmm.
I mean, we never get moose out my way, literally ever. And there's one of the towns over from us. I think I don't know, it was a couple years ago. Like we've been getting more now, but it was the first real moose I'd seen in this vicinity at all. And the moose was huge. They literally tried to shoot it with a tranquilizer like 7 times. It wouldn't go out. I'm like, this thing is freaking massive. It was literally across the street from my grandparents' old house. But I was like, I was excited too because I'm like, I never seen a moose up close. This thing's ginormous, you
Hmm.
know. But it's like, yeah, I was like shocked to see it at all, let alone that big. But yeah, I 7 tranquilizers later, trank gun hits later, and they're things still
Yeah.
like trampling around.
Yeah. Come here, kitty cat. Let me see if I can get the cat to show. Come here, buddy.
Oh yeah,
Come here, baby. Ah, that's my buddy right there.
yeah, Smashly, we are, but we're gonna be ending because I gotta go out and get my kids off. Oh,
He don't like to
oh,
be picked up.
he's so cute. Oh my
Look
God,
at
I
the
want
look at
his
the camera there,
face.
dude. Look at the camera. You're looking up.
Oh,
Look down. Look down. There you go.
hi.
Say
Hi.
hello. Say hello.
He's like, what the
Mm.
crap is on the screen?
Mm-hmm. Say hello, Bubba. Say hello.
Hi. Oh my
Say,
God,
oh
he
my
looks so
goodness.
fluffy.
Yeah, this is my guy
Oh,
right here. I got a lot of them, you know. This is
such
my
a
guy.
cute baby.
He wants to get down. Okay. And he sheds a lot too. He probably got a bunch of hair all over me too.
He's like, I've had it. That's enough.
Yeah. He sheds more than because I got one of the calico ones too.
Yep.
That doesn't shed. So
I have
Yeah.
my cat is I didn't even know what the hell she was when I got her, but I was like, she's got like this weird Reese cup kind of like
Mm-hmm.
swirl in her fur. My daughter's like, yeah, she's a dilute tortoise shell or something. I'm like, what the frick? I'm like, she's a cat, not a fucking turtle. She's like laughing.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, but yeah, I almost named her Reese's because of the little, when she was when we first got her, she was, just straight up gray. She was like this little gray fluff ball.
Mm-hmm.
But was the cutest friggin' thing. And then, as she got, I don't know, maybe like 2 or 3 months, I think, I started to notice the little Reese's swirl colors. And I was like, I really need that. Like, she has to be Reese's and not Cheersy. But my daughter
Yeah.
named her Cheersy because she likes playing Kingdom Hearts. So,
His name is Clementine. Clemmy for short, but Clementine because of his orange color.
yep.
So
Decoy. Jules, my dog, was sleeping and just woke up and looked at me. She thinks if you're talking about anything cute, it's her. She's like, I ain't dumb. She's like, shit. That's because she knows what's up, Decoy. That's why. She's like, if it's cute, it must be me.
yeah, yeah. I don't know if that's exactly how they're doing it over there now, John. Too, like giving it to the homeless. But yeah, they've given certain hunters permission to go in and take care of them because they just. I mean, like I said, on Long Island 20 years ago, you never saw one deer. Not even one.
Wow.
And as the years progressed, I mean, you would go in a field, buy a field and shine your headlights and turn the brights on, and you would see probably 10 of them just sitting there eating the grass. Um,
That's crazy.
yeah, you know. And I like deer, deer, they're beautiful, beautiful animals. I can't watch
There.
those videos of animals attacking other animals,
Mm-mm.
like a hippo attacking like an antelope or vice versa. I can't watch that stuff.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I can't either. I can't do it. Or like those damn commercials of like the dogs and stuff, the animals left outside, like the MSPCA commercials. I have to change it. I literally like damn near break down crying because I'm like, I just want to help them, all of them. Like, come live with me. Let's just make a zoo in my house so I can help you.
Hmm.
I'm a terrible person. I would literally save every damn animal if I could.
I mean, it's a big part of like, what most people eat too. I mean, there's a lot of, vegans and vegetarians or what have you, but most people consume meat and it comes from somewhere.
Right. Absolutely.
So I just don't want
Absolutely.
to have to be the one to do it.
Exactly. Yeah. I couldn't. My friend, her dad owns a butcher shop, but like they keep the cows and everything there. I'm like, no,
Hmm.
wouldn't be me, bro. I'll tell you that much. I
I am
couldn't
a
do it.
big seafood person. I love seafood. I love, lobster, crab, all types of fish. Yeah,
Yeah, I can't. I cannot do seafood.
yeah.
I have yet to like get past the smell, and I can't. I just can't do it. My mom's like, "You're such a wuss." I'm like, "It's so good and so worth." I'm like, "If you say so, I just can't."
Yeah. Yeah. We're coming up on our 2 hour mark. I see Jules getting her jacket on to get ready to go outside.
Yes, sir. Well, we appreciate you guys so much for coming in and
Hmm.
supporting, even though, we had a last minute change. Um, I'll talk to him, figure out when is gonna be the best time for him if he just wants to do an extra stream or, if he's just gonna come on, next week or what. But I'll post it on the community page early enough so that way you guys know ahead of time and can, you know, try to pop
Mm-hmm.
in so you can hear some of it.
Yeah. Yep.
So, where are my sweatpants? It's gonna be so cold out there. I'm like,
Let me see what it is, because it's been cold here in the south too. Since
really?
that polar vortex, it's called, came down on the whole area. Yeah, let me see what it is right now outside. Let me see. I mean, I can't wait till it. I mean, it's gonna be. Don't get me wrong. It's gonna be. Let me look. Right now, it's well. I'm not even gonna say because some people are gonna get mad at me that are in cold areas. But
When
right
you
now
say
it's.
some people, you genuinely mean me.
I know you're one of them, but it's 88. Right
Oh
now,
my God, you're so lucky.
it's 88.
Every time I hear your
Tomorrow,
weather, I'm like,
you know,
oh, I'll switch
yeah,
for even a week at this point.
yeah. But it got cold the last few nights. It went down to the 50s. I mean, during the day it goes right back up. But um, and it's going to be very very soon. It's going to be time to take the jet ski out and stuff. I love going into the Tampa Bay Harbor
Yeah.
over there and stuff.
Bye,
Just
Vlad. Thank you for coming,
cruising.
honey.
Yeah. See
We
you
love
later,
you
Vlad.
too. And yes,
Absolutely.
I'll see you in PvP's premiere for sure. I may not type because, I gotta start getting dinner ready then, but I'll be there. I'll make sure I say hi regardless.
Yeah. But I'm gonna drop down, let Jules do her outro, whatever she wants to do. But everybody that was here today, thank you for popping in and being on the positive. We love you all, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you guys. If you guys need anything, you can message me on Instagram. And I will be trying to put more updates and things on the community page. But I appreciate all of you so, so much. But thank you guys, and I'll see you all next week. Love you.